All right. And we're recording. Hello, Internet. Welcome to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast that's slightly off, where each episode we discuss a film from the Weirdo Watchlist, created by Tyler over on Letterboxd. I am the host, Mikey, and that is the other host, Sam Fashion, over
Hello.
there. Calling in from his phone this week, just because trying to get
No
recording
internet
it.
gang.
Yeah, no internet gang, trying to get recording in.
I've been, what's it been like six months now? No, more than that. 7 or 8 months I have not had internet. And that's saying something in 2023. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
You're living off the grid.
Yeah. I'm in the woods right now.
Yeah. But so that's why audio is going to be a little goofy this week. So forgive us.
Mhm.
I mean, this is like episode like 9, 10. So
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. We're making it work this week.
Season 1. Don't worry
yeah.
about it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just start off like breaking the ice. What have you been watching? I mean, we both watched Napoleon. We can start right out the gate with that.
Oh, that's right. And I think we have differing opinions, don't we?
We very much do.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say after I wrote the review, which for anybody who didn't see it, didn't see my review, it's negative 2 stars. You know, it's not great.
Yeah.
But I realized, like, I thought I liked the movie a lot more than I did when I wrote everything. I was like, damn, I'm negative. Like, I thought I liked it as it was going. Like, parts of it were great, but when I'm just that bored the whole time. But you liked it.
I loved it.
Good.
Yeah, no, if you didn't see my review, 9 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. I think, I know, like, a lot of people's main complaints have been, like, how rushed it feels, how it doesn't, like, show what Napoleon actually did politically. It just showed him being, like, horny and standing in a battlefield.
Yeah, well, that's what he did.
What he did? Yeah, no, dude liked his women and his wife, and yeah, really liked doing battle with people. He couldn't get enough of it, I'd say.
Yeah. His performance was fine too. Like, it's Joaquin Phoenix. He's great.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. Everyone else in the movie is doing like a British accent, and he's doing American. He's the only one not doing British in the movie. And to me,
Yeah, what's up with that?
That to me, that just reads that Joaquin cannot do British accents.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's just a thought that made me laugh, like when I made that connection to watching the movie. And you know, I'm not gonna be the stickler for like thinking that like they should be speaking French or have a French accent, or like all accents should be consistent. Either you like have everybody nail the accent, or have one guy just have just their normal acting voice.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to force them to do a bad accent.
Well, when he first started talking, it kind of took me by surprise. I'm not surprised, but like I was like, something feels off, and I'm like, no, he doesn't have an accent. I was like, what accent should he even have? And I realized it should be French, and then I realized how weird that would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I was okay with what he was doing.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Especially like when he's not on a battlefield, like commanding in a very manly way.
Yeah.
Because some of the shit he does, like in France itself, right, in his home, is some of the most insane shit I've seen this year, I think.
Yeah.
Just like him talking to his wife, talking to like women, was just absurd. You know, there's one letter early on, he's in Egypt, and the letter he writes to his wife, he narrates, and he's like, please tell me that you're not laying with other men, that there are no snakes in your bed. Why won't you write back to me? I miss you. And it was like the most insane thing I've ever heard. And then an hour later, you know, he's like walks in on her changing, and then he's just sitting there pouting, kicking his feet, just like just like mumbling to himself, wanting to get laid.
Oh yeah, his little mommy issues.
It was insane. I was
uncomfortable at times, and I loved it.
I was laughing my ass off. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I liked some of that stuff. I liked that they explored him just being a very like wimpy like
Yeah.
shell of a man, like putting up a huge front, and that's what the movie's trying to very much portray, and they do that well, and I really like that aspect of it. I
Yeah.
do. Um, and the Vanessa Kirby stuff also great, but
Yeah.
it's all boring. I don't know. I wish I would have liked it more. It was so big and grandiose, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But like, whatever.
I mean,
I like The Last Duel. Okay, is that saying something?
I haven't seen The Last Duel, so I can't talk on that.
Oh, are you gonna watch it now that you like Napoleon? I feel like you can make the comparison without even just the Ridley Scott thing.
Yeah.
They're both very big movies.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get to Last Duel. Like, I want to go through like all of Ridley's movies,
Yeah.
fill out that filmography. But yeah, I think the reason why I like rocked with Napoleon so hard was I was just staring at this huge production that looked like it cost $200 million to make. It looks
Right.
like it's an expensive movie, and that money was spent trying to make this, compared to like the Marvels, which came out earlier in the month, which cost like I think like a little bit more to make, and that
Yeah.
movie doesn't look like it's expensive.
Right.
It doesn't like the production doesn't match the budget.
Well, they really spent the money. They really, yeah, there were some big set pieces
Oh my
I mean,
God,
not
yeah.
set pieces, but like set just battle sequences, and like the big one from the trailer with the ice on the ground. That
Yeah.
whole battle sequence, fantastic.
Yeah.
Almost as good as like a Lord of the Rings Two Towers fucking not Mordor. Where do they? I'm getting off topic. I'm a little bit high, but it's a good little battle scene. See, look, now all my positive stuff about Napoleon is coming out.
Yeah,
Just had to talk about it a little bit.
yeah, nobody's like shitting on like that the movie looks like ass. Everyone agrees
Yeah.
like it's money that was spent. The production and like the set design, costume design, everything was like pitch perfect. It's just in the writing and what was actually like given narrative
Right.
is what is lacking
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I won't. I'll never revisit it, probably. But as far as historical, what would you call this? A biopic, sort of.
Historical epic for sure.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, yeah, it's big. It's big and it's fun. Go check it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby deserves all the attention in the
And
world.
there is the 4-hour cut that's coming to Apple TV.
Mm.
So
Heard about that.
yeah, there's going to be a lot of like fill in the blanks that are going to be added, I think. So
Well, that gripe you said that people have, and I kind of get it, where like the movies jump in
Yeah.
and it doesn't really develop things. I personally kind of liked that, and it didn't hold the audience's hand a ton about like, hey, this is exactly 4 years later. Though the title cards of people's names got a little insane towards the end.
yeah,
It didn't like really the time narrative of the whole movie really was vague, and I liked that. I guess I liked that.
I mean, yeah, like some stuff I did have to look up because they just didn't explain it. Like Napoleon gets off his island and then becomes emperor again. They don't like they don't say that he became the emperor again. It looked like he just got off the island, recruited some friends, and then is at war with Europe again.
Yeah.
So I had to look up to see if he actually like took power again, because it never really like showed him in public office after that. It kind of just went straight to like
right. I think it was more of like
everyone else.
I don't even know. I don't know the history, but I think it felt more like a fucking uprising, a new rebellion, really non-governmental, and he was the emperor of that. 100,000 people strong, but they're all just Trumpers. Sorry, Trump. I didn't mean it. I love you. I love Donald Trump.
But
Yeah.
Napoleon, I thought it was fantastic. I'll happily be marooned on the island of people who enjoy Napoleon a lot. Because whatever people have been saying, I get it, but I just fucked with the movie too hard, I think.
Good. Well, good. I mean, like, Ridley Scott's not a bad director. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, certainly not.
And yeah, but you said it was some pretty shocking stuff that happened in there. But did you see Saltburn?
No, I didn't get to see that yet.
That's a weirdo watch list one for sure, and I watched it 2 days before I watched Napoleon, so Napoleon never really shocked me too much. Saltburn kind of took all that out. There's 3 scenes within the movie, I won't spoil any of them, but that are just they seem like they're shock factor type scenes, and they will be talked about. I'm sure if you're on Letterboxd, you've probably seen some spoilers. Probably people are talking about it already.
Yeah.
That's a weirdo. That's a weirdo one. All my weirdo watchers out there. Saltburn.
I know a friend of the podcast, Vince, loved it. He's begging me to watch it, and I've seen so many people online like say like such high things about it, and then such negative things about it too. So I'm excited to see like where I fall with it, if I'm on the fun side or the negative side. So
it's certainly a time.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you to see it as well. And like the fact that Vince is saying like, oh, watch it. Like I'm the same way, because it's one of those movies you want to talk to your friends about.
Yeah.
But you can't say anything until they also see it. I texted my friend Mark this morning, like, yo, have you seen Saltburn yet? He said, no, I'm going tonight. I said, yo, hit me back as soon as you do. So we'll talk about it on the next episode of the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast.
If we get to it, or if I get to it, I should say, yeah.
You better get to it, young man. Sorry, scold you. Sorry.
I'm hoping to get to it.
For sure.
I do have last night, right? I did watch a little movie called Piranha 2: The Spawning, directed by James Cameron.
Oh,
it's his first director movie.
From what year?
1982.
Wow.
Yeah, 1982. So like 2 years before the Terminator. And
wow, is it anything? Is it good?
No, and I'll tell you what happened to me last night too. Yeah, you got the video I sent you.
Snapchat. I got one good Snapchat from it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here's the whole setup. Me and my fiance go out to dinner, and after she's like, "Can we pick up some THC stuff?" Because she wants to see like if she can like find anything to help her sleep. So I'm like, okay, sure, let's go do some investigating. Go like stop by a tobacco shop, investigate. I'm there to pick up something for myself too. I wanna try some like THC seltzers, which I've had in the past, but it never felt like it affected me. I had like 5 milligrams, and like nothing happened, nothing substantial. So I bump up to 10. I get 2 10 cans, with the intention of drinking one that night, and watching Piranha 2: The Spawning. And
great idea.
About 30 minutes in, I'm like, I don't know if I'm immune, because I'm not feeling jack shit. So I take the second one, and I'm not feeling much. But then slowly I start to feel like I'm putting pressure on the world around me. Like my muscles are like tensing up ever so slightly. And then I just find myself like locked frozen.
Oh my God.
And the movie...
Were you scared?
I wasn't scared. My fiance told me like her like manager like accidentally also drank 2 10 milligram cans. They got fucking stoned out of his mind. So I knew the number I was getting into. Like, if this hits, it's gonna fucking hit me. So I was already like accepted my fate by the time I fully realized what was going on.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, the movie just didn't. It felt like the movie wasn't going. I checked the time, and I was like, an hour and 14 minutes is like, okay, I have 30 minutes left.
Yeah.
It felt like 2 hours for the movie time.
That's so fucking cool. So you were high. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I was fucked up.
Oh man, time starts just being
Yeah.
almost
It got to
non-existent.
the point, right? There's a scene where a man is in a helicopter yelling at a man down in a boat. And my perception of time is fucked up. So it feels
Yeah.
like this helicopter's like blaring in my ears for like an hour. And I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see somebody uploaded Oppenheimer, the full movie, but compressed down to 52 seconds.
Holy shit.
So and I just get distracted by this. So I'm like, I have my phone like 6 inches away from my face, just staring at Oppenheimer flash by my like the entire movie like just in an instant.
Yeah.
And I just listening to this helicopter just whirring around.
Whoa.
And it was certainly a.
That's trippy.
It was insane. I was like.
So your brain was like, I just heard that helicopter for 3 hours. Oppenheimer's 3 hours long. I just listened to that helicopter for 3 hours.
What freaked me out more was like how long the video was, because like
Yeah.
everything was moving so quickly, and I was like staring at it for what felt like a while, and I was like, wait, he's only just now building the bomb. I see the frames go by of him like drawing it out. How long is this video? But so after my movie finally ends, I unlock myself. I get the courage to finally move around, which felt weird enough. That like moving around just didn't feel right. Just so
That's awesome.
yeah. I'll send
Have
you
you never been like high before?
No, I've never dabbled in like weed or THC before. Like a little bit, but it's never gotten me high. So
I got you.
This insane amount to start off with was kind of a kick in the ass. I was having a great time.
Trial.
You know, my fiance was like fast asleep. She'd been working all morning. So as soon as she got comfy enough in bed, she passed out. So I was alone in this.
Nice.
She didn't know until she woke up. Like what
did you feel high when you like went to bed and then woke up, or did you still feel high?
I just felt so fucking cold by the end of it.
Really?
I was freezing, so I was
just
like
coming down from the THC stuff.
yeah, I was like, get me in some blankets. I'm like trying to like snuggle up, but she's not having it.
I'm going to get the dog. Dog will cuddle. So Piranha, do you remember it being good? As a guy who likes movies?
I remember it being.
That was happening?
I remember it being not good because it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. There's a reason why James Cameron doesn't mention this movie.
Mm.
You know, he called The Abyss his first ocean movie when Piranha 2: The Spawning exists, and they do ocean stuff in there. It's
Ocean Man.
Yeah, no, it's not a good movie by any stretch. And being high off my asshole didn't help me. But yeah.
Really quick, I do want to tell you about one of the first time I ever got that high by myself. I watched Cats, the movie, musical, the movie, whatever, and that was a transformative experience for me. And as we all know, I love that musical now. So that time was. Cats were happening and time and space was going. So that's one of my favorite cinema experiences.
I don't know what I would do if like being that high and seeing Cats. I don't know what I would have done. But here's the picture I sent to I sent a picture of like me holding the 2 cans right as I bought them to my friends right. Enemy of the show. I sent it to Enemy of the Show Austin.
Yeah.
And then my brother and my other friend. Here's the picture I sent after my movie ended, after I had to take my dog out.
Shit.
Yeah, I'll for listeners, I'll post it on Twitter when I upload the episode.
Oh my god.
But it was
yeah, you look faded. Oh, I got a video of you looking a lot like that.
Yeah. That was the look I was wearing for about like an hour and a half after my movie ended, and I was like wandering around the house, just like unsure of how to go about this. I was like texting Austin, I was texting my brother, and they were making fun of me. And I was just like, listen, I just gotta ride this out.
That's right.
Of course, like, I had the bright idea to go on TikTok also, as I was like trying to like keep myself warm under the blankets. I don't know how, but TikTok must have known I was high, because the algorithm gave me the most like disturbed shit I've ever seen.
Oh no!
Just like lobotomy edits, like just the freakiest shit you could ever see while high off your ass. It was scary. I didn't appreciate it at the time.
The best time.
It was great.
Well, you know what? You can only get that high so many times in your life, buddy. So,
yeah.
You know what? I hope it was a overall positive experience for you.
Listen,
and you're not emotionally
as painful as it felt at the time. I had a blast.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, great.
So it's certainly not going to turn me away. But
I didn't see a Letterboxd review of Piranha 2. Is that because you don't remember it, or
no? It's up. It's up. It's just because I posted it like 2 a.m. last night, and then I watched Suture during work today and posted that.
Oh, Suture.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh yeah, we will.
But eventually my fiance did wake up at like 1:30, 2-ish. And I told her to like, I just like whispered to her, like, I fucked up big time. The first can didn't hit, and I made the mistake of going in for number 2, and it fucking
the classic
hit.
Mistake.
And she like rolled her eyes like, you're a stupid idiot. And I showed her the picture, that I sent you, and she just burst out laughing. So like, the only thing she's mad about of my experience is that I didn't wake her up so she could watch.
Yeah.
So I told her like, listen, next time I'll just do it again. I'll just double dip, 2 cans, 10 milligrams each. I'll do it again.
And you'll be prepared. I bet you'll have snacks. I bet you'll have blankies.
No, listen,
I'll be ready.
I tried eating a couple of Pop-Tarts while I was like blitzed, and it felt like sludge. It was just dry and just slop. Yeah. It was delicious, but it was difficult.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Food. Well, I'm glad you had a safe and enjoyable time, my friend.
Oh yeah, no, it was quite the insane experience.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, no, it was. Again, I had a blast despite just feeling like I was in pain.
All right, now what we're gonna do to follow up with this is I'm going to get you more blitzed than that, and then I'm gonna bring you to Saltburn and just leave you in there.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't
know
think
where
I'm ready
you are.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. If it's an empty theater, go ahead.
Right. Oh, it took me so long to ever be high in public. I couldn't do it. Can you imagine being that high and in public?
Dude, I don't know what I would have done. I would have. I'm pretty sure I would have just shriveled up and just begged people not to touch me. Just go away.
That's what I do when I'm sober.
What the I was texting. I was in a Snapchat group chat, and Snapchat, when somebody's typing, you see their Bitmoji with the thought bubble.
Yeah.
And when I was texting my brother and my friend in this Snapchat group chat, I would see the both of them just looking up and thinking, and I told them to stop thinking because it was weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Love it.
It was yeah. I mean, again, I plan on getting a blitz like that again. Of course, it's not turning me off, but I felt like rookie mistake.
Well, next time watch Climax while you're high.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna.
You've seen it, you know what happens.
I know, but rewatching it for the pilot episode still freaked me out.
And it's so good.
It's really good.
Let's bring that back up. Climax is a great movie.
It's a great movie, guys. I'm Why it's not officially in the watch list, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But I do want to bring up The Holdovers, because that's also a movie we both watched. And
we did.
Yeah, people are talking about currently, so I want to get that out of the way before we talk about other movies that people are done talking about.
Yeah. Holdovers. We both loved it. I think everybody's loving it.
Yeah. It's just
it's simple. It's just good movie. It's a good Christmas movie, in my opinion.
Good Christmas movie, good heartwarming pot pie of a movie. Nice, just warm, cozy. And it's got, I think Paul Giamatti's like best performance.
He's great. He's really great in it.
No, he's fantastic. I don't know what he's doing with his eye, if he's doing that himself, or if that's like a makeup or a CGI effect.
Yeah. I didn't even notice it for the first like half of the movie.
It was.
I don't know if I was supposed to.
There's some pictures that like get posted, like where it's the only thing you can notice because it's just looking the wrong direction entirely.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. What a good movie. Performances. The kid. I mean, the other main character. I don't know what the actor's name was. I think he's kind of a newcomer. But
yeah. No, this is his first. Yeah, this is his first and only movie he's done. Dominic Sessa.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was great.
Yeah.
He looks like he came from 1970s. Like,
yeah, the whole movie. I think I may have said this in my review, but the movie felt like it was filmed in the 70s, like when the time period was, and just tucked away until now.
Yeah, no, it was filmed like that, like deliberately to like catch the vibe. And I think it worked like pretty fantastic. I mean, of course, it's like
even the opening logos were 70s. The Miramax logo or whatever it was.
Focus Features.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is Miramax, but I think it was done through Focus, like a subsidiary. I don't know, maybe, could be wrong, but yeah, and it's the sound audio sounds jarring at first, but then you do get used to it because
sound.
Yeah, because like it sounds like it was filmed in the 70s too, where like every time somebody speaks, the mic peaks, and like there's like the hallway echoes.
Huh. I guess I didn't really catch it, but like it makes sense. The vibe is there. That's why it has vibe.
It's a pleasant vibe. It's a little too long, I think. It could use about 15 minutes trimmed off. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes, which is one of those like
it did feel a little long, even though I enjoyed myself the whole time. It was like, all right, it's time. Maybe it might have been the pacing at the end or something that maybe killed it. I don't know, but regardless, I mean, a fucking great time. It one I wouldn't mind watching every year for Christmas. You know what I mean?
It's a good movie to go back to.
Classic. Yeah, I'm excited to check it out and possibly even get it.
Yeah.
Physical media, baby.
Yeah, I'm hoping it picks up a few nominations. I'm not expecting it to be a big winner because this year is fucking stacked for big winning movies.
Yeah. Paul Giamatti should and probably will get a best actor.
I'm hoping for it.
Or nomination.
Yeah, I doubt he'll win. But I think he definitely deserves at least a nomination.
Yeah, I also think the Academy is pretty aware of what people want. I mean, Brendan Fraser got the Oscar for The Whale, which is great, but I'm just saying, sometimes they just put people in there to make people happy, and Paul Giamatti would make people happy.
Paul Giamatti would make people happy.
I would not even be surprised if he won it.
Yeah.
The Academy's crazy now, you know what I mean?
Unpredictable, but also still very predictable.
They gave freaking Everything Everywhere so many Oscars. They're like, just give them all. Just give them all to that guy.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Oscars. When's the nominations come out? It's got to be soon.
Sometime mid-January usually. So.
Oh, is it? Okay, I thought it was December for some reason.
Yeah, and, I'm just looking forward to the online discourse because last year, Batman nerds were upset Batman didn't get much of any nominations aside from like technical stuff, which was I was having a fantastic time like seeing people like bitch and moan about that.
Yeah.
And
Wonder what it'll be this year. What are we mad about this year?
And then hearing the argument like why don't they nominate like movies that people actually watch? But the movies people actually watch are fucking like Transformers: Rise of the Beasts and Indiana Jones 5. So it's their own fault for not actually like watching the movies that actually deserve it instead of just the slop. But it's going to be a good year, I think. Jimmy Kimmel's hosting again. Bleh. That's all I'll say about that.
That's a cop-out ass host.
He's too safe. Bring back somebody who's going to be just insane. Yeah.
True.
Eric Andre, bring him in.
Joaquin Phoenix.
He's not good in front of a crowd.
No, he's not.
Fantastic on the screen, but he cannot talk in front of a crowd. Is your dog doing something? You look concerned.
I thought so, but I think it's actually my chair squeaking. I just realized. I thought my dog was squeaking a toy like for this whole time, but it's just been me this whole goddamn. Yes.
I can't hear it, so the audience will.
Great. Squeak, squeak. So by the way, for production value for the podcast, I put a movie on in the background, so instead of just having static lighting, which would be boring, there's shit going on the wall.
I can definitely tell because it's very distracting on my end because I am just seeing just not even just like any discernible thing. It's just your TV freaking the fuck out, just flashing along.
It's the #1 movie on my top 4 on Letterboxd, Natural Born Killers.
You were watching that the other night.
I was, and I'm gonna watch the special features disc that came with the deluxe edition I got on DVD. I never put that in, and I might just watch the commentary with the director.
Shouts out to Oliver Stone.
Honestly, have you seen Natural Born Killers? I think I've asked you.
I haven't.
You want to borrow it? I got it on VHS and DVD.
I'm sure it's streaming somewhere, so I wouldn't have to worry about the whole trek out there. Yeah.
True, but yeah, no, it's good. Anyway, no, we're not here to gas that movie up, but that's what's going on in the background.
We're here to talk about other movies that we want to talk about.
Like Suture.
Let's discuss. So for this week's spin of the wheel, we spun Suture from 1993, starring Dennis Haysbert, the Allstate guy, the Allstate Insurance guy.
Yeah.
Not Mayhem, but the other guy who's like Allstate, that guy.
And his voice is just the Allstate voice. Which is just that man's voice, but that's all I can hear.
But he was really good. It's really, really good. Yeah. So, the film follows two twin brothers, two long-lost twins. One played by a guy named... Hold on. I almost said the wrong man. Michael Harris. And the other, Dennis Haysbert. But the thing is, in the movie, they are identical twins, and they keep saying, it's crazy how similar, how much you look just like me. But they're played by a black man, the Allstate man, and a very normal, white, average-looking man. And the movie doesn't address it whatsoever. It insists that they look identical. And you have to believe it to really get the full impact of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was kind of awesome.
I did too. Once I realized that's what was happening, I was like, obviously confused at the beginning because they don't look alike.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, somebody else is gonna have to point this out. But when the whole world is just telling you that these people look alike, you just have to believe it. You go with it.
It forces you to believe that the Allstate man looks like a pencil thin, like Anglo looking motherfucker.
Yeah. It also so we haven't got into the plot yet, but it also puts you in the headspace of the main character, which we'll get to this in a second, but he doesn't know his own identity, and he feels something's very wrong about what his identity is, what everybody's telling him. And we can see that clear as day because they look like two different people, and that's such a cool cool concept, cool
Yeah.
cool idea. Really brought to the whole movie's kind of based around it, really.
Yeah. And I guess we can get into the plot.
Yeah.
Because like the beginning of the movie, Clay, played by the Allstate Man, meets his long lost twin brother Vincent Towers, played by the white guy, Michael Harris.
Which is his we just call him the white guy.
Yeah, White Vincent. So and those two meet because they're attending their own father's funeral, and they were like, I guess, like separated at birth, so they had no idea they were related until they saw that, like, oh my god, you look just like me. This is crazy. So they meet, they hang out for a little bit for a weekend. But, and this is the beginning of the movie still, the Allstate Man, his name is Clay, so I'll call him Clay. Clay and Vincent are, like, driving around, and Vincent's got to leave for business. He's going to leave for, like, the night. But actually kind of sets up a plot to try and kill Clay so Vincent can assume Clay's identity. Because Vincent, dun dun dun, is the one who murdered his own father. So in a way to, like, kind of escape fate and switch lives, Vincent tries to kill Clay and fake his own death at the same time. You know, he swaps his IDs and blows up the car Clay is driving in. And from that point on, Clay survives, but he has amnesia, and everyone, including himself for a while, believes that he is Vincent. And then the real Vincent is gone. He's fucked off. So now, Clay, believing himself to be Vincent Towers, is now a suspect in the murder of his father, and has to deal with that whole identity crisis of, I don't know who I am, I think I'm this guy, but slowly I think I'm actually not that guy.
And if I am that guy, I think I may be murdered by Dad.
I think I did.
I'm not 100% sure, but fuck, I kind of want to know.
Yeah.
Like, what a cool plot. Like, yeah.
And yeah,
about it. Sorry.
it's all shot in black and white too, which looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like Clay as Vincent keeps getting, like, all these, like, different, like, dreams, like, slowly, like, peeling back the layers that, like, he is not Vincent, he is Clay, all while, you know, like, being told by the world around him that he is Vincent. He has all these, you know, like, chiseled white man features, which, a favorite part of the movie, by the way, was when the doctor who's, like, rebuilding his face because of the car accident, the car bombing, I should say, it's not an accident.
Yeah.
They have to, like, reconstruct his face to what it used to be. And they're not, like, putting on Vincent's, like, face, they're putting on Clay's face, but, you know, in universe, it's the same face.
Yeah, right.
So after the surgery, he still looks like the Allstate guy. And we still have to believe that he actually looks like this white guy. There's a moment, you know, like, the doctor is, like, taking out all like the sutures, the stitches. That shout out to the name of the movie. and she's, like, describing, like, you have this very, you know, like, narrow bridge nose, which is a sign that you are compassionate, that you're kind-hearted, and describing all these, like Anglo-Roman, you know, like, facial features, and attributing them to, like, personality traits. And she's, like, describing, like how, like, incredible she thinks this guy is. Like, she's describing a dude's face who, like, killed his dad and then killed his newly discovered twin brother. That's the face she's describing while talking to the Allstate guy, who looks nothing like that in real life.
Well, that's not what we are led to believe.
And yeah, again, we're told that they have the same face. That they actually do look alike. And it's, again, it kind of fucking rocks. Especially, I am really glad I did rewatch the movie this morning. Yeah. I watched it 2 weeks ago. I was, like, worried about this recording because I was like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? Do I remember much at all. So I'm glad I refreshed myself.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not fully remembering how it wraps up.
I can tell you. So because Clay as Vincent is the suspect of his father's murder, he's got to go to police lineups, and the police are insisting like Vincent definitely did it because regular Vincent really did do it.
Right.
So in the police lineup, they have the one witness that can put Clay as Vincent away, and they say to the woman like, "Is this the man who shot you?" And she's like, "Something, the picture you showed me of this man I'm looking at right now, I would have believed yes, but looking at him right in front of me, something is off. Something is not right." And then they make the police make the fucking mistake of saying like, "Well, this man has had multiple plastic surgeries because of a car accident, so his face is going to seem a little bit different." And then the woman's like, "Well, then how the fuck can I put this guy away if his face doesn't look like what it should?" So he gets off. Clay as Vincent gets off. He's released because they can't put him away because the one witness cannot, with confidence, say that he did it.
Yeah.
So he goes back. He's trying to come to terms with, slowly finding out that he is actually Clay and not Vincent. He's got all these weird dreams telling him all this information he doesn't understand. And he does learn that he is Clay because real Vincent finally shows back up to kill Vincent, Clay as Vincent.
That's right. Yep. Okay.
And so then
the first scene of the movie,
and then they're like, let's rewind it back. And now we've caught up to the standoff where Clay is in the bathtub with the shotgun.
A great shot.
It looks, again, the movie is beautifully shot. It looks fantastic. The real Vincent is trying to kill him, so then Vincent Towers is technically dead and Clay still lives, but it's Vincent as Clay instead because
that's right.
Yeah. Because real
that's
Vincent,
right. He's like, oh yeah, what a cool ending. I forgot. That's right.
Yeah. So Clay, and they've got like the curtain drawn in the bathtub because he's hiding. But when Vincent, the real Vincent, opens up the shower curtain, Clay finally sees his face and realizes that is the real Vincent. I am Clay. Everything about the past few days has been like a total sham. I am not Vincent Towers. I am Clay. And that is Vincent Towers. But he's going to kill me, so I'm going to shoot him in the face with a shotgun. He's, and that's the end of that, he shoots him in the face, and now Vincent Towers, the real one, his face has been blown beyond recognition, so he calls it in, says like, I had a home intruder. I shot him, he's dead. Come take a look at this. And now he has to assume the identity of Vincent Towers, like, officially. He has to, everyone now knows him as Vincent Towers. The woman who loves him knows him as Vincent Towers, but he knows himself as Clay. But he has to keep forcing himself to be Vincent Towers, dress in Vincent's clothes, live in his house, hang out with his friends. And the movie wraps up like, no matter how much you try and pretend to be something else, you're never going to actually be that. Which, upon hearing again, can be taken kind of weird. Because I was like, this could be read as, like, anti-trans, I guess. I was like, I mean, this movie's, like, 1993, so... And there's no, like...
Yeah, they're probably not talking...
It's not what they're talking about, but I was like, is this some sort of, like, anti-trans monologue I'm hearing? This is weird. I don't remember this. But nothing else in the movie, like infers anything about like trans identity or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think that's what the movie's like trying to go for whatsoever. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt.
I think it's a good movie.
I still
I
thought it was,
didn't
yeah.
even rate it yet. Technically didn't rate it yet, but I will by the end of this episode.
Yeah. No,
I'll think about it.
I rated it. I bumped the score up because I do think there's a lot of this movie that really does hit. You know, like he's talking like right before his car blows up, the real Vincent Towers calls him like, "I'm sorry, man, I have to do this," and that's when the car that Clay is driving blows up, and Clay's like later on in the movie he's on the phone, and he says to somebody like, "I'm sorry," and then he gets a freak flashback to the explosion, like what happened moments before. And just like other subtle pieces of the puzzle like falling into place like that really do like kind of like hit hard.
Oh yeah, no, I liked quite a bit, and it was a nice concise hour and a half, right? Like,
yeah, just hour 36.
Well, I thought, yeah, it was paced well. Like, I don't know, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it.
There is one thing I noticed that was insane at the very end of the movie. It's showing Clay taking on his new life as Vincent, enjoying all of Vincent's like rich man lifestyle things, including flying a plane. But Clay has lost his eyeball and now has to wear an eye patch. So now in the world that he's now living in, Vincent Towers has an eye patch, which means he can't fly a plane. Because now he's got no depth perception. And I think that's kind of important if you're flying a plane.
Whatever, he's rich. He can do whatever he wants.
I guess. He's like, if he gets stopped by the air police, he'll just like, look, I'm Vincent Towers. I'm a very rich man. And they're like, oh, of course. Vincent Towers, how could we forget? You're free to go.
What are you going to do, pull me over?
I'm in the air.
Damn. Well, I'm glad that's the one thing that you had to say. You're like, by the way, he has an eye patch. He wouldn't be able to fly. So this movie, 1 star.
Bad. Does not follow proper air traffic rules.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I really I think it's probably a 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah. No, I initially was like 3.5, but I bumped it up to 4 because I was like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Now, does it
belong? I don't remember who made it. Does it belong?
It's who directed it. It's just a couple,
I don't remember.
They haven't done too much. Scott McGee and David Siegel, they're kind of like para-directors. They'll work on the same movies. Nothing else. Cool. Nothing else of note that's showing up on Letterboxd. But what I was gonna say, does it belong on the Weirdo Watchlist?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Allstate guy is twins with a white man, identical twins with a white man.
I mean, that and like, yeah, that alone. But even just like the way everything is put together, all the shots, and it's very minimalist-esque set pieces. I don't know, everything about it feels very otherworldly a little bit. Obviously, it's based in our world, but
yeah,
it feels pretty sci-fi, obviously. So I think, Weirdo Watchlist. It's weirder than some of the other ones we've watched, for sure.
Yeah. And it's good. It's good, too. It's
good.
It's a good movie. It's not, Boarding House. It's not Ring Zero.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not Valley of the Gods.
We love when movies are both weird and good. That's the best combo.
Perfect combo right there.
Mm.
Do you have any closing thoughts about Suture before we bring up the wheel to spin?
No. Only closing statement is it's free on Tubi?
Tubi.
So go watch it.
But of course, listeners, it's safe to assume you would have watched the movie already.
Yeah, at this point,
we don't have to tell you that it's free to watch now because you watched it, listeners at home.
No. Did you give it a rating?
I did.
You said 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 4 out of 5. And
there's a book on Suture.
Yeah, that closes the book on Suture. Let me pull up the wheel. We now have 1,600 entries to spin for. Actually, no. It's actually 1,586 because movies we've watched and movies I've taken out of the list.
Oh yeah.
That puts the total up to 1,586. So I'll put the rest of the movies in later. When I feel like getting to it. Okay, wheel is up and wheel is spinning. Let's see what we get.
Nervous.
And the next movie for the podcast is Mad Mutilator. Let's find out what Mad Mutilator is supposed to be.
That's a great name.
Yeah. All right. That's right. I have to do the research because you're on your phone.
Yeah, I'm hands-free. I got a literal mechanical pencil in my hand. I could take notes.
Christ, what am I looking at?
I'm a student.
Okay.
What?
So 1983's Ogroff is what the movie is actually titled. But it is the English title is Mad Mutilator.
Okay. Say what country it's in.
Let me check. Details. French.
Okay.
We're heading back to France.
Yay.
Ogroff, an AWOL soldier turned hermit, lives in the French backwoods and, still believing war to be raging, slaughters anyone who enters them. One day a family's car breaks down in Ogroff's domain, and a fight for their lives begins. Directed by N.G. Mount, starring, written, and presumably entirely made by... Nope, not entirely, but, yeah, written, directed, and starring N.G. Mount. Again, Mad Mutilator, if you look that up on Letterboxd, it's the only result that pops up.
Sweet.
French title, Ogroff. So we will watch that for the next episode.
Watch it?
Oh, that's correct. We should. Doesn't seem to be anywhere. Let me check YouTube real quick. Let me look it up.
Let's see.
Because availability is important to watch a movie.
Probably.
Here we go. You can find the movie on YouTube, so I will link that in this episode's description. So, much like Alice from the other week, we now have Ogroff to watch on YouTube.
Sweet.
Yep. Hour and 27 minutes. Can you believe it?
Oh, another shorty.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to see 2.5-hour movies I'm seeing in theaters. I'm done. I don't even want to see the Beyonce movie. It's too long.
Especially if it's a movie that looks like this. You don't get to look at it just yet, but I'm glad it's under 90 minutes. I'll say that.
Hell yeah. So tomorrow or the next day. Okay, we have a couple movies you and I are actually possibly going to go see on Sunday, but I'm going to go see Dream Scenario. Are you planning to see that?
Yes, I'm supposed to see that here at some point too with some movie theater people.
Okay.
So that's on the docket.
We're going to watch Junkhead, some Japanese stop motion animation movie. Look it up. We're going to watch that. So we'll probably talk about that next episode as well.
I was going to suggest for Junkhead because it is not on the Weirdo Watch List. And I don't know how available it is. I'll quickly look it up. Where the fuck is my watch list? Here it is. Okay, you can rent the movie on Amazon and Vudu. But I was going to say, since this movie could theoretically be a part of the watch list, it's just not. I was thinking like a special presentation episode.
Oh, yeah.
Like where we talk about that exclusively. It doesn't have to be like the full hour or any other the other format where we spin. Just like like
bonus episode.
Bonus episode, Junkhead. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do that for any other any other of these sort of like bizarro movies we happen to see at the Trilon.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So that just an idea I'd throw out. I was gonna save it for after the recording, but you opened your big mouth.
Say.
I think
let us know what you think about that idea in the comments below.
I mean, I think it'll be fun. That way,
Okay.
Nice, yeah. Like, optional episode. Not officially part of the franchise, but...
Optional. The rest are mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Better fucking watch them.
You better fucking watch them. All right. Well...
Any closing thoughts out of you?
Closing thoughts out of me is my dog is staring at me like I'm doing something wrong. So
I think my dog's asleep.
What did I do?
Room. I don't know where my dog is right now. She's probably asleep.
Oh yeah.
But that's the episode then. I've got nothing else.
All right. All right. Thanks for listening and watching.
Thank you for listening and watching. Be sure to like the video, the podcast video on YouTube, or rate us on Spotify. Ask us a question. What is that? Oh my god.
A lighter. Thing.
Audio listeners, Sam Fashion brought out a fucking flamethrower.
That's right. Elon Musk sent it to me.
I'm sorry he did that. But okay,
stop doing that, Elon.
That's the episode.
All right,
watch Mad Mutilator for the next one, and yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, rate us on Spotify, ask us a question, please, and we will see you next time. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.